Alright, so I'm at my grandfather's place at the moment, my grandparents, and so we're going to plant some trichoceros cactus in, because I don't think he has enough trichoceros in here. We've got some piloceros, and spacianus, and a few other smaller ones, maybe some oxygonas, and a few other succulents. So one of them is a peruvianus. When I bought it, it was just labelled peruvianus. And over here I got a Hulk scopulocola cross Dawson's short spine Terschekii. And then got a nice mutated one here. I think I've lost the label, so I have to find the label, but I think it's a Pachanoi cross TPM, I think. Pachanoi cross TPM. So for the two big ones, I'm going to put one here in this location, because if any of these other ones are going to get a bit bigger, I want these to be the tallest instead of having the taller ones over there and shadowing everything else. So these ones, I'll have the tall one here, and another one that's going to grow tall is going to be over here as well, sort of in the center. And then I'll have the mutated one here, I think. Oh no, have the mutated one here. So it's at the front, and so hopefully that'll really, at the peak of its growth, it'll be about this big. Maybe eventually bigger, but yeah, it won't be overshadowing in the center. So yeah, the first one, I'm going to dig a hole here. Alright, so we're in a bit of tight spot here, so I'll try my best to get this out of the pot. There's the tag for that one. Now you can see it didn't need a repot, but the roots are definitely getting there. So I'm sure this guy's going to love going into this new spot. Now this garden bed, you can see it's quite sandy. So as I've noticed with most of these guys, they're pretty good with resistance of fungal infections or even pests. So I'm happy about that, and these guys should go really well here. I'm going to mix in some frass in with this soil so it keeps these guys happy and healthy. And I'll probably spread some more over on these guys later. Yeah, and then falls. Okay, so I got some frass here, and I'm just going to sprinkle a couple handfuls in there, and then we'll stick the soil back in, mix it around a little bit. For anyone that hasn't planted cactus in the ground, it's super simple, just like planting anything else. Just I like to go deeper than the height of where it originally was, so that's the height there, and so I'm going to try and have it about maybe there, just so this is stabilized. You could instead put a stake in, but I'm really not bothered. I just like to. So we've put some frass in with the soil, mixed around the roots, and I've just put some frass already over the top here. So what I'll also do is I'll just build a little bit of a well here, so that when I do water it, it's not all running off. And so now that's done, I'm going to do the other columnar cactus, the Hulk cross Dawson's short spine Terschekii. And I'll just come out.
Hang on a sec. Pausing.
And so this one's a little bit more root bound. I'll just break it up just a little bit, like that, and that should do. Just so now that it's in its new little area, it'll want to branch the roots out a bit more. Now, when I'm putting this in, you want to try and make sure that these are as straight as possible, because what you'll find happens later on is if you have it tilted over like this, you're going to constantly having to be pushing it up or staking it, and it's going to fall over, snap or whatever. So if you make sure it's yeah, so this one is tilted over there and that's going straight up now, but it doesn't look the best. So if you have it straight from at the very start, it looks a lot nicer. Oh, and we'll get our 2 handfuls of frass to mix in around the roots. Put the soil on. Pack it down a little bit. Just a little bit of a well, so that when I again water it, the water's actually going to go in. Now it doesn't matter when it's raining, it'll get what it gets, but this is mainly for when I put my my little seaweed extract fertilizer on. Now another good way to make sure it's straight is if you're standing back at a distance, make sure it's straight up and you shouldn't have any problems later on. And if you do, sometimes after a day or two it will lean. Just fix it back up by pushing it a certain way, pushing the soil in, and then it'll straighten up. And so we've got a Hulk Scott cross DSST, we'll keep that in there. And now we got our mutant. This one's a little harder to get out. Gently put that down. This has been in the car for a few hours, so all the roots are already loose. But otherwise, if they are hard, just squeeze it there. You can give it a whack with that, and the pot just comes off if you give it a shake. And there we got our name. Yeah, Pachanoi cross TPM, Pachanoi monstros. Same here. I'll just give this a little tease of the roots, and it's a bit difficult to pick up sometimes, and we're in. So now you need to think about which way do you want this facing. Probably, since all the cool stuff is on this side, I want it facing over there towards the outer edges of the path. So that's what you see, all the crests. And I've got to do the frass again, a couple handfuls in there, mix all that in. And so it's leaning back a little bit this way, so I'll just push it that way and tuck in the soil behind it, leaning it a little bit that way, tuck that in, and keep doing that until it seems straight enough for you. Might even need to go a little bit more this way. And then you got your well going on there, smooth all this out. Another handful of frass, some on that guy, some on this guy. And then all I can find here is some power feed, but that'll do. Just those general fertilisers, power feed, sea soil, fish emulsion, all that. works well for transplanted plants, cacti, all that. So as soon as it starts running off like that, I'm going to the next plant. It's a bit of a... As soon as it starts to roll off, go to the next one, and I'll just rotate them until it's all done. Otherwise you're just wasting product. And pause. Alright, and so then I've got in my blue Peruvianus, which to me seems pretty straight because I got this Piloceras, I'm pretty sure it is. That's growing there straight and it's pretty equal to that. So that shouldn't fall over at all. I've got my mutant here. We are on a bit of a slant here. It's kind of like about that much. But he should be good. And then we got our other fatty over there, our Scop Hulk across DSST. And he's looking nice. And now I might get a close-up of all of them since I didn't really get too much of a close-up at the start. He's nice. And I hope he gets a lot fatter than that too. We've got our blue Peruvianus here. It got a bit rubbed off in the car, but that's some nice blue there. It's going to be in full sun, so it's going to be looking good. Got a nice pop down there. And we got our mutant crest guy here. A few crests on it, a few mutated reverts and all sorts. So it's a bit of a mix mash. And I think it'll go good in this spot. And so then if we look out here, that should bush up. That one there and that one should become big stands in the center. And then we got a mix mash of these other ones, which I'll do another video. Hopefully I can identify most of them and I'll do a little talk about them. But no, it's looking good. It's a nice, easy to care cacti garden. Hope this has helped someone, and yeah, that's about it. See you later.